It all started in 1980. Chapter 1. I will never forget my week of horrors. On Saturday I splashed gas on my face. The following Sunday morning I flipped our three-wheeler over, causing it to land on top of me. The worst thing about flipping the three-wheeler was I wasn't supposed to be riding it. But my parents weren't home because they were at church, and I rode it anyways. The following Thursday I burned my leg. Mom and I were burning stumps by putting gas on them first, then lighting them on fire. However, when I was pouring gas on one of the stumps, the wind caught the fire from one of the already burning stumps and caused fire to break out all around me. Not only did it burn my leg, it also singed my hair. I took a cold bath right away, then put ice on my leg for about 4.5 hours till the pain went away. It all started when I saw that pretty face, my mother's of course. I was what my mom and dad call an oops baby, which means mom was pregnant with me before her and dad got married. I was born at a hospital located in Rice Lake on January 20th, 1980 at 1:19 a.m. I weighed 5 pounds and 14 ounces. I was 19 inches long with a lot of black hair. My eyes are now blue and I have brownish colored hair, and I am 4 feet 11 inches tall. I weigh 70 pounds. At the time of my birth, there were hostages in Iran and Russia was invading Afghanistan. When I was 1 year and 4 months, I received a new brother whom was not to be the last one. In 1983, I received another brother. Pictures. In 1983, I received another brother, and he was not to be the last one either. For in 1988, I received another new brother, and he was the last addition to our family. 2 of my brothers, Nathan 10 and Kyle 7, are both in school. Nathan is in 4th grade, and Kyle is in the 1st grade. Seth, who is 3 and at home, is as independent as a 4-year-old. Mom is also in school. Dad is farming on his dad and mom's farm. Chapter 2. My favorite number is 23 because that's Michael Jordan's number, who is a great basketball player. My favorite colors are black, red, and white, with the reason being that they are the Chicago Bulls colors and also the colors of the Colfax Vikings, my school colors. Canadian bacon pizza is my favorite food because the taste is different from other types of pizzas. Wrestling is my favorite sport besides basketball. Wrestling is a challenge for it is an individual sport and helps you build muscle, whereas basketball is a team sport which requires team members to work together. Baseball is my second favorite sport because offering a challenge to go against other teams, it also gives me something to do in the summer. Mrs. Hovland is my favorite teacher because she doesn't like to give out green slips. Green slips are sheets of paper which tells the parents that the child has been misbehaving. That is why I like her. Math is my favorite subject because I'm so good in it, with English being my least favorite subject. Jeopardy is my favorite computer game. I can whip my mom and dad in it. I also can whip my brothers at it. They're like playing against dumb ghosts. Fishing is my favorite hobby, for it offers challenges and crawls an adventure. About myself, I'm average height for my age, I'm outgoing and have a lot of friends. School is a breeze, with math being the easiest subject for me. I like to make new friends. Jason F. is my best friend because he has the same interests I have. Chapter 3. We used to live in Menominee. I liked our other house better than the one we live in now. The summer of 1984, we went to Como Zoo in MN. We stayed in a hotel. In Menominee, I went to all day, every day kindergarten, and Mrs. Marshall was my teacher. I believed in the Easter Bunny, Saint Nick, Tooth Fairy, and that there were monsters under my bed. I liked my teacher, except she made me believe in Astro, an alien from outer space who brought in the alphabet. I liked school then, but now I'd rather stay home. I didn't have a girlfriend, but my best friend was Jason Andresco. We're still friends and go camping with his family. I didn't have any pets except for a dog, and my brother Nate, he's an animal. The summer of 1985, I caught my first keeper. It was a 13.5-inch smallmouth bass. My grandparents, Grandma and Grandpa Sodola, got it mounted for me. My first grade teacher was Mrs. Murphy. I didn't like her. She was mean. That Xmas was the last one to be spent with my grandpa Stodola, for he died January 12th of 1986. That summer I played my first year of t-ball. I remember going to the Milwaukee Zoo and the Botanical Gardens that year. Chapter 4. My second grade teacher was Mrs. Steinbeck. I really don't remember much about that year. That winter my brother Seth was born. It was pretty exciting. My third grade teacher was Mrs. Hanson. She was nice. We didn't have a lot of schoolwork. That is why I liked her. That fall I went to the Capitol in Madison and also went to the Wisconsin History Museum. That same day we went to a really weird restaurant. My best friend was Ross Nelson in third grade. I did have a girlfriend this year. Her name was Nadine Bressler. That summer I went to Valley Fair. I went on all the roller coasters and water rides. That same summer I learned to water ski behind my uncle's boat. In fourth grade my teacher was Mrs. Robinson and my friend was Ben Spader until my family moved to Colfax. Then my teacher was Miss Christofferson. I made new friends. My best friend was Mike Warner and we still have each other, but when he comes over we can't use BB guns. We had a BB gun fight one time. That is why we can't use them. This year would be a year of adjustments for me. First, I caused a lot of trouble for Mrs. Woodford. The one time I received 2 checks, which is nothing to brag about. It also had to stay after one time. Then there was a risible bulletin board that we placed skips in, and one time we almost broke the clock. I received 8 green slips that year and I wasn't even there the whole year. We also played ballot, had food fights, threw checkers at each other, and hoped across the room on desktops. For all this trouble, spent a lot of time writing. The summer of 1990 was the first year I played Little League. I played pitcher. I struck a lot of people out. Our team finished 5th out of 11 teams. Chapter 5. I like Mrs. Hovland, whom is my teacher this year, because she is nice. We played a lot of games, and as far as I haven't got 1 green slip. This year I played basketball and our team didn't do real well. We lost more games than we won. I also took wrestling again this year. I took 3rd at every wrestling tournament I went to except one. I had to leave early at that one to go to a bowling tournament. I took 2nd at regionals bowling tournament and received a large trophy. I plan to go on to college and graduate with a BA in pre-med, then go to school for 4 years to earn a degree as a medical doctor. It all started 1980 by Brant.